Good afternoon. This is Patricia with Caterpillar Cards, and today I'm going to do a review on this product, and I'm using a whole new camera to do this, so we'll see if it works. I got this yesterday, and I used it multiple times yesterday. Found some things I liked, found some things that I wasn't thrilled with, and let's get into it, and I'll show you what's what with it. This is the Spellbinders Prizm. It's a mini die cutting machine. Okay. So let me pull it over. Well, okay, I'm gonna have to do it here because this is where I set up. First off, this is it. It weighs about 3 pounds. It's very light. It's very compact. It's really pretty. Which doesn't make a bit of difference. It has a 2.5 inch, or 2.25 inch, I believe, 2.25 inch cutting field, for lack of a better word. The front and back open, so it does have a tray to help things go through straight. It does lock down with a magnet, and yesterday I wasn't able to do that. So let's try that again by pushing down on the top and moving that. Okay. And generally I use it over on my countertop, not on my glass mat. Okay. But there it is. That's how it works. The package comes with your cutting plates. This is your base plate. This is your base plate, nice and thick, nice and sturdy. This is your cutting plate. Then it comes with an embossing plate, and a rubber pad to emboss. Okay? So that's what you get in the box. It is $39.99 at Hobby Lobby. You can use a 40% off coupon, which takes it down to $23.99. And with tax, which was $1.98 on the $23.99, it takes it to $25.97. So that's really a pretty good price on it. I was pleased when I found out that, yes, you can use coupon on this. Okay? So we're going to do some cutting, and I should have prepared better. But let's grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to do this in another poster's preferred way of trimming paper. If y'all been watching, you know what I'm talking about. I do not like to set my dies cutting side up, because if I set my dies cutting side up, hold on a minute, I think I'm in florals now. There we go, words. That's where I wanted to go. And we're going to use this die. It's from Diversions. It's the Congratulations die. We're going to put that right there. Alright. Then we're going to put the base plate on top of it. Then we're going to feed it into the little chute, and we're going to zip it through. And it's sturdy. It doesn't need to be held down. I just need some place to put that other hand. Okay, and we'll pop it open, and it is not hard to run through the machine. This is a medium heavy cardstock, about 80 pounds. And if you put the Sizzix adhesive, two-sided adhesive on the back of your paper before you cut it, it will cut through that also. Now, so I'm really pleased with all of that. This is what I bought it for. I've got the Gemini electric die cutter and embossing machine. I've got 2 Big Shots, and I have a Cuttlebug. I'm die cutting machine poor. Plus I have a Scan and Cut, 2, I gave one away, 2 Cricuts, and a Gypsy, which I love. So, but this is what I bought it for. Just for when I'm making a card that I can, you know, cut a sentiment right there and adhere it. Okay. Now, and I, of course, put up the embossing folder that I had out to use. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Of course I did. Now, this machine advertises to be an embossing machine also. And I find that to be a bit untruthful. This is an embossing folder. I've used it on multiple different machines. We're just going to do the love word because I cut my paper that size. And we're going to use the base plate and the embossing mat. And if you use the cutting plate on top, this sandwich will not go through your machine. No way. Okay? If you use the embossing pad, this sandwich will not go through your machine. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like nowhere near going through that little opening. So, it's supposed to be an embossing machine. The only embossing that it actually does, if you get the book and read through it, because I didn't find this information anywhere else, the only embossing that it does is when you put a die in it and it has, you know, embossed edges or something, that you can swap out one plate, put down your mat and this, run it through, and it will emboss the edges of the die. That's not really an embossing machine, but I went ahead and one layer at a time, I made a shim that allows the embossing folder to go through with paper in it, and we'll do the embossing. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe. And it's a good emboss. I mean, it's good enough that I can take an ink pad and run across it, and it will color it. Okay? So, what I used is a 1/16 of an inch thick. Okay? And it's like 2 cards from Straight Talk, you know, the top cards from Straight Talk, cut like so, the long part, and then double-sided tape, not foam tape, and 1 sheet of this type paper, and then it's a cookie package on either side of that put down with double-sided tape. So, I checked it at every piece, and this was the first place that it would emboss a good emboss, and it would go through all the way without any problem. So, it's base plate, embossing folder with paper in it, shim, rubber mat, and then shim. Okay? And that takes it through without causing the machine any problem. I have read where some people said, and see, after a while it does let loose. I have read where some people say that it broke after the first time, and so I've been particularly careful with it. Of course, I try not to break anything after a first run or even 10 years of running. So, I will say I'm pleased with it. I'm not pleased that it is advertised as an embossing machine when it does, and I think that they need to disclaim that on their advertisements, that it will not emboss embossing folders the way it's sent. Or perhaps they could add a 1/16 of an inch shim to use with it, because it would be nice to have a piece this size.
Isn't that where you're going?
Anyway, so that's my product review of the Prism die cutting machine. Like I say, I'm very pleased with it. I think it's attractive. Excuse me, my dogs are having a fit. Someone must have walked up the street. I'm very pleased with it, except for the embossing folder part, and I was able to correct that. If you have any questions, leave them and I will answer them. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much.